You should subscribe to the Monaresclub. Because the Principal of Saiyans told you to, idiot. Bye.
What's up, guys? This is James. I'm bringing you an updated profile for my Android 16 deck I had on the channel not too long ago. It's a little bit different. I added some cards with set 13, so I wanted to update the profile I had previously with it. This will just be kind of a brief update video. I have taken this deck to a couple of locals, and I've gone undefeated both times I've taken it. One in a best of 3 and one in a best of 1. And I was playing against some pretty legit decks both times, so I've been pretty impressed with the performance of this deck. It's not like meta breaking or anything, but it's a fun little rogue option that you could take and maybe catch people off guard with. So yeah, I thought I'd just update the deck profile here for you guys. Let's get started with it. We've got 4 Android 18 Speedy Substitution. This is just kind of a staple. Search the top 5 for an Android. Very strong, and the energy swap at the end of your turn is also very good for getting your early plays set up. I also have the addition of 1 Android 17 Mechanical Prowess. This guy looks a little weird. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with this slot. I kind of had an extra slot available. I wanted to have an extra Android to go with the leader's front side draw mechanic, because I want to make sure I have plenty of cards to pitch to him that I don't want to see. And he's also a 5k combo in a deck rife with 10k combos, so I wanted to make sure I had plenty of combo power. And this guy kind of fit the bill perfectly. He just kind of fit the mold. He's an extra little effect like Speedy Substitution, where you can dig 5 for your turn 2 play, and your turn 2 Android 16 is incredibly important, so just having the extra redundancy with this guy's been fine. Might look a little weird, but it's been working well. This is definitely a flex slot, though. And then, as I just alluded to, your 2-drop is going to be the Android 16 Energy Amplification. This deck's curve really starts on 4, so you have to resolve this on turn 2. Clever opponents will probably keep an eye out for this and try to counter it on turn 2 if they have that available to their deck, so just keep that in mind. You might want to try and bait a counter on turn 2 if possible, but you really got to try and resolve this guy. This guy's your mulligan condition, what you want to see, and why we have the Dig 5 searchers for him as well. We can go into the Android 16s, the bread and butter of the deck right here, the Arrival guys. So we've got 4 of each of the Arrivals that are currently available. Both of these are incredibly strong. You know, there's not a whole lot to say about them. They have, you want to see these early and often, because this is what you want to charge every single turn of the game, essentially. Because it's like they're still in your hand with the leader's ability on the backside where you can Arrival them. From your energy, very strong. And then I also have, for the rest of the Arrival cards, I have 2 Android 18 Full of Rage. This is an old promo card. This should be the Android 16 Tournament Pack promo, but I don't have them right now. I'm waiting for them to become a little more available, and that would definitely be a big upgrade over this card, but this is a fine budget option if you don't have those either. This card puts in work, too. Just being an Arrival for 1 energy is fantastic. But the Android 16 essentially does the same thing and comes into play untapped and has an extra effect on top of it. So definitely would be a big upgrade there. And then the last Arrival card we have is the Secret Rare SS4 Vegeta. He's been very good, honestly. He's won me quite a few games. Just being able to charge him on turn 1 is super good. Or, like, you know, dig 5 with the Android 18 and then swap the Android 16 with this in your energy, and it's essentially in your hand forever. They can't even random discard it or anything because it's just in your energy, waiting to be Arrivaled. You can also ramp it from your deck into your energy and still have it available to you. It's been really cool. You can play Hatch if you have Hatch. Hatch might just be better than it, but this has definitely won me a couple of games in both of the tournaments I played the deck in. He's been nice. Android 21s, these are what you're going to be playing off of your 4-cost Arrivals. I have 2 of each of them. Android 21 Beautiful Scientist is pretty much what you're going to be getting most of the time. Just the extra kill a card ramp and have a blocker in play is incredibly strong, especially on the opponent's turn. You can Arrival your Android 16, play her, and then kill whatever they're attacking with, or just kill another card and then have a blocker for a 3rd attack. Very strong. Bad Omen, you definitely want to have at least 2 of. I could definitely see even going up to 3 if you wanted, because the burnout is incredibly good. It's won me many, many games, and just having this available to you at any stage of the game, even from your energy, is super good. Destructive Villain is one that I'm not 100% sure on. I'm playing 2. You definitely want it when you want it, like against King Piccolo and stuff that go really wide, but getting rid of an energy can be a little painful, but, you know, there's some decks where it's an absolute blowout. I feel like there's not a ton of those in the format right now, but there's a lot of, like, rogue decks where this, like, cleans up, and then King Piccolo, again, like I said, very effective for that matchup. Super Combo, it's Android 18, where You know, you can tutor for this. This sets up your arrival. This is the perfect card for the deck. It's just, you have to play 4 of this. There's no question about it. Then our last 2 Android cards, we have 2 of the Siblings Revived. This is an 8-drop, so it seems like it takes a while to get out. You can generally get it out around turn 5 if you're focusing to get that out. It's also just a nice external win condition for control matchups, so it's kind of like a Fu Shrouded in Mystery type deal, where in the slower matchups you want this to just completely wreck house in the later stages of the game. I absolutely love this card. It's fantastic. 2 feels like the right number for sure. I don't think I would cut 1, because having just 1 seems like you don't see it frequently enough, but having 2 means that you can find it reasonably easily, and you can also pitch it to your leader if it's not a matchup where you want it. Alright, so here's coming up the new cards that we just added for the set. So we got 3 of this Majin Buu Assault of the Agents of Destruction. Apologies for my mismatched set, that's just what I got, but this card is awesome. This card is like the best card in the deck now. I don't think I'd play 4. I think 3 is the right number, just because you don't always need it. And the deck's already a little cloggy with all the multicolors. You don't want to have too many unisons on top of that. But it's really, really good. It's a specified 4-cost unison, double strike blocker, activate main, draw a card, and then at the end of the turn switch 1 of your mono blue energy to active mode. And then it also has an auto on your opponent's turn. If they attack with a battle card, you can -1 it and put 1 of their battle cards on the bottom of their deck. It doesn't even have to be the attacking battle card, which is really good. I think we all know that this card's insane, like in lots of decks, but what makes it extra insane in this deck is the fact that you can play it out on turn 3 if you play your Android 16 on turn 2. So this took the slot of the Baby that used to be in the deck, the Baby Unison, which was very good because it helped us with our draw power, because we don't have any draw power in the back. This draws the same amount of cards, and it restands an energy at the end of the turn. So it essentially only costs 3, just like the Baby Unison does. But you can only play it on turn 4, unlike turn 3, like you can with the Baby Unison. But if we're playing the Android 16 on turn 2, we end up with 4 energy on turn 3, and then we can slam this guy down. It's absolutely perfect. The only thing is you have to make sure you have a mono blue energy in your energy area to untap, but that's not too hard. You just have to charge a mono blue at the start of the turn you play this guy, if you haven't just hit a random one off of your energy amplification. It's been insane. This is the best card in the deck, I think. Or at least the biggest boost the deck's gotten. The fact that you get to untap an energy means that it goes perfectly with this next card here. Android 18, Let the Battle Begin. We're playing 4 of this card, which might seem like a lot, but again, I just want to make sure I have plenty of androids to pitch off of my leader in the early stages of the game. And it is a 5k combo, so it's very nice, and you want to see them with your Majin Buu Assault of the Agent of Destruction on turn 3 if possible, because you can go 16 on 2, Majin Buu on 3, swing with your double strike at the end of the or at the start of your opponent's turn. You restand him and a blue energy, and then you have a blue energy for Let the Battle Begin. It's perfect. It's too perfect for the deck. It's very nice. I also have 2 God Sealing Trunks. I did used to have this the other way around where I had 3 and 3, but I think having the extra android's too important. You also don't always play your unison every game, which is why I only have 3, because this deck is rife with 4 drops. This isn't the only 4 drop in the deck, which is why we're only playing 3. It's not always the play you want to go for, but sometimes it's really good. So yeah, this card MVP for sure. Then just cleaning up the rest of the deck here, we've got 4D Magic. I don't play Heroic Prospect Trunks. I don't think you need it in this deck, especially since it's so... I don't want to have too many Unison-centric cards, and this also untaps energy to help you set up arrivals. This card's way better than Prospect Trunks, because even if the Prospect Trunks is stopping them from attacking a bunch, if you can arrival and get like a 4-drop 16 or like the Revenge Blocker 16, you're generally stopping the same amount of attacks anyway. 4 Sensu Bean, and Scientist Fu, which I guess there's a spoiler, but I'm still running Scientist Fu. 4 Sensu Bean and Sensu Bean. Scientist Fu has been really good. He might look a little weird, but I like him. He helps you keep your hand size up in the late game. It's an extra little win condition. 25k double strike's nothing to sneeze at still. I've thought about maybe switching this out with the Mira Assault from the Skies, but I'm too much of a sucker for a card that says draw 2. Although the Assault from the Skies is really nice, letting you untap 1 at the end of the turn to help facilitate arrival plays on the opponent's turn. But Scientist Fu's been pretty good. So that's the main deck. Like I said, it's mostly the same. We pretty much just swapped out the Baby with this, but that's a really big change for the deck, and this card's fantastic, for sure. It's a big boost for 16. I could see playing 4 of him, but Again, there's just so many 4-drops in the deck. Like, you can play Beautiful Scientist on 4. There's also, like, the Steadfast Ally. And you don't always necessarily want to be tapping out on your 3, even if that does bring you up in energy again. So I feel like 3's been the right number, but I could definitely see playing 4 if you can find the room. I'll just go over the side deck I used for the Best of 3 event. It's pretty standard, but I'll just go over it real quick. So we've got Striving to be the Best, All Too Easy, Child's Army, Reinforcements, Piccolo Assimilated, Android 18, Neverending Energy, Mechikabra, The Broken Seal, and a couple of other black staples here. So this side deck felt okay. I probably wouldn't change anything going into a big event. I just kind of put in some stuff for the main decks in the format. Striving to be the Best is really good against, you know, obviously anything that's trying to attack low to the ground. It also works really well in the King Cold matchup paired with Assimilated ability, because these both have barriers, so you can't they can't chip shot them with the field card that is escaping me, Anticipated Onslaught. All Too Easy is really good just for stacking up extra negates, especially against Gohan and Invoker. Child's Army Reinforcements was fantastic in this deck, actually. I could see main decking it, honestly. The fact that you go down to 5 when you awaken means you're set up perfectly to go down to 4 with this and defend your Unison. It's really cool. Piccolo Assimilated ability is awesome. He's still really good with energy amplification because you can play energy amp on turn 2, play this on turn 3, and you have Bond 2 set up. So against anything that's a little bit lower to the ground, more value oriented, this card's awesome. This card's really good against Mecha Frieza, and it's really good against King Cold, because both of those decks are built around 5 cost or less battle cards living in play, and both of them are going to give you multiple opportunities to activate battle on both players' turns. So this card's really good. It's kind of slept on, I think. Neverending Energy is that extra little grind card. The draw 2 is just nice to bring in for your aggro cards and the more control-oriented matchups, and it's an android, so it works with the rest of the deck. Mechikabra is Mechikabra, and I don't want to have too many black cards in the deck, so I generally don't bring in more than 2, no matter what the matchup is, because you don't want to randomly ramp them off your energy amplifications, because they're pretty much they screw up your energy a lot if you do that. But the Mechi is generally worth it in those big boy matchups, Dark Broly, Go Tanks, all that kind of stuff. Food the Dark Banisher, this is your Dark Broly tech to, this really messes up Dark Broly. And generally any non-blue matchup, this is good to bring in. And Max Power is just a good little catch-all. But yeah, that's the deck profile, guys. I've been really happy with this list. I think it's really fun to play. It's really solid. I think this deck's still slept on a little bit. It does have a big weakness. If it gets the 2-drop hit, then it sets you back like 2 turns almost, because you really want to start banking your big plays on turn 4. But it still feels very strong. There's not a ton of decks that can put up a counter on turn 2 for that type of effect specifically. It's generally just like Mecha Frieza if they found their 1 Bloodlust, or if they're playing Tyrannical Blow, and then like King Cold if they're playing the Cooler and they know to leave the Cooler up on turn 2. But yeah, thanks for checking out the profile, guys. If you liked it, hit the subscribe button for us. It helps us out a lot. We'll have gameplay of this deck up from the events that I played at on the channel, and we'll just have more gameplay up in the future. So yeah, thanks for checking us out, guys. Bye.